Hello everyone, it's Beats 832 back again with some What's on Kickstarter, where my, I guess you can call it, signature shirt. I really like this shirt. It's nice and comfy, soft. You don't see these anymore for some reason. I hate that. I'd love to get a replacement because this one's pretty damaged, but anyways, let's get back to playing cards. As for what is on Kickstarter, there's lots. All of these are new projects you see here along the top, if you're looking. So let's get on with it. There's a lot to talk about. The first new project is the original Black Cat playing cards. Going to be printed by Carter Moon. It's being produced by Salad Grind, which is a weird name altogether. It is 65% funded, 35 days to go. Pretty long project. I believe this is an actual like skateboard company / brand. I know I've seen this logo before. It's an okay deck of cards, I guess. They've modified some of the court cards of skateboards, it looks like. Go figure. The design is kind of cute. Apparently it's designed for cardistans and skaters. You don't usually hear cardisan too much, but I like that. The back design you see is very simple. It's a bunch of like squiggly. It's like a zebra pattern, basically. It's available. It's going to be printed on the 9C2 Touch Finish black core board. Never heard of the 9C2 Touch Finish. At least it hasn't been on any decks that I've gotten. The Superlux paper stock. Fairly standard court cards. They've modified, at the very least, the Jack of Diamonds. The Ace of Diamonds is the main ace here, as you can see. Looks like there's some gaff cards. This weird squiggly back design one. And a half Nine of Diamonds, half Queen of Spades, the Queen. So has a black cat face on it. I don't know if that's what the Queen in the deck looks like. It could be. Your Jokers look like that. They're cats on skateboards. What I will say is, when you look at this picture here, standard court cards, basically. But the number cards, they have really tiny pips on them. I would have preferred them keeping them the same. They've also modified the other aces just a little bit. I guess the zebra lines and the aces, and the pips I should say. Which is fine. It's just not overly exciting to me. I do like they had the matte finish tuck stock. Is that a skateboard sticker that comes with it? I'm not sure. It's nice to know they got customization on each side of the box. Not just the front and the back, but every side. Yay. So important. Overall, I think this is basically the extent of the customization. The Jack, perhaps the Queen, as we saw, but they're not showing us a whole lot of artwork, so it's fairly standard. It's okay. But not my cup of tea. Moving on, for new decks, we've got the Chaos playing cards by Xavier Caffrey. 20% funded, 28 days to go. It has plenty of time. I'm not sure if it's going to fund. It's got a very simple back design. I've looked at this one before. Front of the box, it looks like the CN Tower in Toronto. Pretty sure that's what it is. I'm not sure what that has to do with Chaos or why that's there. Let me just see something. Let's see where this guy's from. It is in Canadian currency, so he is definitely, yeah, he's from Toronto, Canada. So that explains why he's got that on the top case. I guess it's a waterproof top case. I don't know. Back design, very simple. Reminds me just a little bit too much of the mint playing cards. Don't like it when people basically copy other decks. The faces, on the other hand, not a fan. I'm not really a fan of these court cards. They seem really cartoony and just weird. You see what they have to do with Chaos, or what they have to do with that name at all. What the deck's theme exactly is supposed to be. The Ace of Spades is nice. The number cards also nice. They remind me a bit of the Verts, just a little bit. But then the court cards, that just don't do it for me. And oddly enough, the Jokers actually have like faces on them. The court cards do not. appear to have any eyes or mouths or noses or anything like that. They're just kind of weird. I'm just not digging it. $13 Canadian for the early birds is $10 US. That's a reasonable price, I would say. Next, we got the Omega playing cards by Galaxy Designs. Cats have Mongol, I believe it is, Mongol. It is 55% funded, 27 days to go. This was initially being done as a pre-order via his website, I believe it was, but that wasn't going too well, so he changed his mind on that. It's a nice, simple back design. I like the border elements. Obviously, it makes it very nice for cardistry and flourishing and whatnot. Check that out. That looks pretty cool. Sick, some people would say. I'm not that hip. I don't usually use the word sick to describe anything. I'm not 20 or 15. Nice blue and purple colors throughout. Their hearts and diamonds are in blue. Spades and clubs in purple. It does say that this is the purple one, hinting that there could be more. There is a stretch goal, I think at $20,000 for a second deck. What that is remains to be seen. There's going to be a matte finish on the top case, matte stock, white foil, embossing, very nice. This obviously is just a sample prototype top case that does not have all the fixings on it, if you will. 2500 being produced by the SPC, and a premium crust stock, traditionally cut. Apparently, the B stock is now known as premium stock. How nice. Which just makes things even more confusing. There's so many projects that refer to stuff as premium stock, premium finish. And now it's just going to be more confusing. It's going to be hard to know what is what anymore. But overall, not a bad deck. It is standard code cards, if you didn't see that, and number cards, but it's pretty nice. I like the colors and everything. Worth checking out. Next new project is down here somewhere. The Jacks and Jokers playing card subscription by Jacks and Jokers. 39% funded, 23 days to go. It's got a very low goal. If it's at 400 pounds almost and 39% funded, that means it's a 1,000-pound goal. Let me just say, I do not approve of this project, and I believe it breaks Kickstarter rules, because Kickstarter rules specifically say that A, you must produce and create something new. B, you cannot resell something that you have not produced or designed. And that is entirely the case with the Jacks and Jokers. It's a subscription thing. Let me just say, first of all, it's pretty much a ripoff of the Pip Box Club from playingcarddecks.com, which I do recommend you check out their website. But it is being done as a European-friendly version. The problem is, look at all these decks in here. You got the Moon deck from Steve Minty. You got deck from the Vol. You got a couple of decks I'm not familiar with here that could be original. Could be club decks for this project. House of the Rising Spade from Lorenzo. You got some third way decks in here, some elite playing cards, some more arts decks. Tally Ho deck from Jackson Robinson. The Brute, Usai. I'm pretty sure these creators would not be thrilled to see somebody reselling their stuff on Kickstarter. I appreciate the font with this. The problem is, wow, 50 pounds per membership. It's a lot more, I think, than Pip Box Club, but I could be wrong. The problem is you cannot resell stuff on Kickstarter that you do not own, and that's exactly what they're doing, in my opinion. Now, I think for the Pip Box Club one that was on there, I believe he was mostly selling his own decks, if not just his own decks. I could be wrong, but that's the difference in that. And there is a lot of decks that playing card decks have put out and designed and put out on Kickstarter, so they're allowed to do that. This is not the case with this one. These are decks that were designed by other creators that they are reselling, and that is a complete no-no as far as Kickstarter is concerned. So I would 100%, not recommend this one. Let me close a couple of these here. Moving on. So I'm not a fan of that one. I don't support it or encourage it. Appreciate the thought, but Kickstarter is not the place to do it. Next up, we have the Mausolea playing cards by Sigil Entertainment Group. It is funded, 27 days to go. Have not looked at this one, so let's check it out. It's a very dark looking card and theme. Doing pretty well funding wise. Apparently by Jason Engel, who illustrates fantasy games. And Gods and Demons faces. Oh god, this is so interesting that this deck is here, as you can see. Very interesting artwork. It's well done. It's not really my cup of tea, personally. Nice aces. It's a very dark colored deck, but there is a distinguishability between the hearts, the reds and the blacks, so that's good. Overall, I mean, it's not bad. Not really my cup of tea. I'm not sure if it says who's producing them. That's a bit of a question. It's a 300 GSM card stock, so could be NPC, could be somebody else. It's not going to be exciting quality for me, if you will. What else has Sigil done, just out of curiosity? Classic horror deck. Right. Which I don't really remember, so we'll have a quick peek. And again, it was a very dark deck. But yeah, yikes. Those indexes, not really a fan of those. So I wasn't really a fan of their previous work as well. Overall, I mean, it's not bad. It's just not my cup of tea. Not being produced by somebody that I am familiar with. But hey, whatever, nothing wrong with it. If you like it, go check it out. But it's not the only Gods and Demons type deck that's on Kickstarter, as you'll see in a few minutes. Next up, you got the King's Cards Tribute to LeBron James' Sneaker Legacy by Fawn CC. 10% funded, 29 days to go. Let's have a look. And it's very well done, I would say. I mean, it's got a lot of artwork, a lot of color, very vibrant. The Joker, well, it's just his face, I guess. Each card has sneakers on it. I do think it's interesting to have an index in one corner. It's very standard, kind of. It's small. And then the other corner, they got a much bigger index. Pretty cool, though. It helps out a little bit. Overall, though, it's just a bunch of shoes and sneakers. There's also some faces on there as well. At least on the core cards. Not sure how I feel about it. It's not really my cup of tea. I appreciate the effort put into it. It's very unique, interesting. Very interesting tuck case. It's a two-piece tuck case, but it's like that. Cards slide out, and then it slips into here. Interesting. The back design, I'm not feeling. Very nice, vibrant colors, though. Nice artwork. Is there 4 Jokers, I guess? Is that what I'm seeing here? The back design, not a fan of. It's not horrible or anything like that. It's got a lot of design detail. However, in comparison to the faces, it lacks a certain, well, it lacks color. It lacks a certain color. It's lacking color completely, and that makes it feel, compared to the faces, like it's, I don't know, unfinished, uncolored. I get maybe they want to, differentiate it from the, and those are Jokers, from the faces, because the faces are so colorful and bright. Let's just make the backs very plain in color, lacking in color. But it wouldn't hurt to have some color, especially with all the details they got in there. It's a lot of sneakers. Yeah, that's a very interesting tuck. It's not so how I feel about that. I guess it's made to be kind of like a shoebox to some extent. I'm not sure, or a drawer. Kind of what it is a drawer. There's also flight cards, whatever that is. There's apparently 2 decks, king cards and flight cards, whatever flight cards are. Apparently flight cards were produced in 2016, yet 2 years later they still have them to give to people in this project. No idea who is producing these. It doesn't say. It says that it's premium air linen finished poker-sized decks. Doesn't say anywhere that I can tell who's producing it. Kind of a turn-off in that respect. So let's move on. Next up, we got the Bourbon Cartas playing cards, which I seem to have skipped inadvertently. It is by Dylan Prescott. It's already funded, 63 hours to go. It's a very short project, very small goal. Not a fan of this guy for a variety of reasons. It's not a bad back design. Well, for the most part, it's got a lot of detail. You can see it's kind of like they took a rider back and customized it with the spade pip on the top and bottom. What the hell? Why the hell is there a brick wall in the center? I don't know. $20 for a deck in the early bird. Pricey. Only one person's actually pledged for that. That's weird. Oh, never mind. 4 people pledged for the early bird at $20. 5 people pledged for the deck at $30. I guess one person that was pledging for the early bird canceled. That's my guess. Yeah. Not really feeling these core cards. It's all about urban cardistry. Whatever that's supposed to mean exactly. I mean, cardist or cardist. Not really digging the court cards. They're okay for what they are. These are going to be printed by MPC. The number cards, custom pips, the bat design's okay. Considering it's urban cardistry, it's not really a cardistry-friendly bat design in my opinion. It just is not the type of bat design that cardists should be into. If this creator, Dylan Prescott, would have designed it differently, cardists might have actually supported this project, but he's lost out on that. He's got very limited support on a deck that's still a bit too pricey, but at least, thank goodness, it's not like $100 like some of his other decks. It's ridiculous. Overall, not a fan. Next up, we got the Mirage playing cards by Full Custom 52. It is very well funded, 20 days to go. And let me just say, I like this one. It's an Oriental theme. All the court cards are chicks. Women. I shouldn't call them chicks. They're women. They're girls. I do like that each suit has its own color scheme. Spades are in black, diamonds are in blue, clubs are in green, and hearts are in red. Almost would have made more sense to have the diamonds like an orange color to kind of match the, the red of the hearts, and then clubs are green is fine. Darker blue would have been fine, but whatever. I like it. There's so many different colors you can use for the 4 suits. I like the ones they use. Perhaps what they could have done is made the clubs, the spades in a blue color and made the diamonds in yellow, so that there's, well, never mind. Just so that there's no black, so that all the 4 are just different colors, because black isn't really a color, I guess you can say. Anyways, never mind. I'm talking too much. They're pretty nice, completely custom. They really pop. Nice colors. Nice floral back design. Very oriental themed and nice chokers. I like it. Being printed by WJPC in a butter finish. If you've not tried their cards, I would recommend it. They're pretty nice quality as well. Quite a few companies now jumping out and producing very nice quality cards. Nice number cards. Very interesting done. Pretty nice aces. Like I said, there's a lot of companies out there, starting to put out cards that are pretty good quality. Obviously, we've had USBC and the Taiwan companies. More recently, Cardamom Days started with really good quality cards. And now we got, NPC has been improving over the years. WJPC has been upping their game. And then over here we got Noir Arts, which has been kind of meh. They could be better, but they haven't improved. So, overall, check out WJPC printing. Some of the custom decks that would end up on Kickstarter, like this one. Definitely worth checking out. I would recommend it. Next, we got the Betrayer's playing cards from Third Way Industries. As usual, very nice from Giovanni. Wow, funding just went up. It's well funded already. 12th project. I have not had an issue with a single one of them that I can recall. There's two main decks. I'm going to butcher the names. The Lucis and the Tenebra. There's also a limited edition Invictus. Not that limited since there's like 1,500 being produced, so it should be available afterwards, I would assume, or it could be more expensive. That being said, to get all three decks, it's €56, which they say has a retail value of $92 US. That's $85 Canadian. At €56 may not seem like a lot, but $85 Canadian? Ow. I don't think so. I'm sorry, but nice artwork though. Each deck, as you can see, similar style in the court cards, but different from one to the other. That's what I like about Giovanni. It's not just a different color back design like many projects, or a slightly different back design. In this case, the back designs from the red to the blue are reversed, mirror imaged, as well as being different color. And then the faces, the court cards, they've been customized from one to the other. And same with the Invictus. It's a different back design. It's a nice back design. And the court cards, recolored and different. He likes his cleavage. Can't complain about that too much. Without trying to sound like a sexist or anything like that. No, don't hate me. Very nice. Going to be printed by the USB-C, the two main ones. The Invictus will be printed by Cardamom Day. Don't understand why creators do that. Why not just print all of them with Cardamom Day, or all with the USB-C? I don't understand that. 1,777 decks of the limited edition. So overall, very nice. I do recommend checking them out. The diamonds are the materialists, clubs, the usurpers, yay, hearts, the devotees, and spades, the egotists. Egoists, it says. Aha, so that's Jackson Robinson's suit. Just saying. The Joker is pretty nice. Overall, definitely worth checking out. Recommend it. Next up, we got the Angels and Demons Art Playing Cards by Ana de Dones. 13% funded, 29 days to go. I don't see it happening. Remember, we had that other deck that had like the gods and the demons theme? It's kind of a similar theme, but this is not how to do it, in my opinion. The other deck was much better designed, in my opinion. The artwork on this one, it's not bad. I'm not really digging the colors. It looks a little bit, I don't know, cartoony, somewhat. I don't know, it's not that bad. Could be a little bit better, in my opinion, as you saw with the other deck. Designed much better, in my opinion. But I guess it's just a different variation. The back design is a one-way, slightly one-way, and it's not that exciting, in my opinion. These indexes on these black cards, really hard to make out, like the Q's and the 10 and everything that needs to be fixed, in my opinion. Overall, it's an okay deck of cards. I'm not 100% sure who's producing it. Did it say somewhere? Alright, that's right. They're either going to produce for USB-C or Nage cards. Nage cards, I've never handled any. I don't think the quality is going to be good. It says it depends on the project's funding. Are you kidding me? You have a goal of $7,500 US. That's not enough to produce decks for the USB-C. That seems like it would be a hell of a lot more money than you would need to produce through Nate cards. If you want to produce through Nate cards, set up like a $2,000 goal. I mean, there's no reason why you need that much money to produce through a cheap company like Nate cards. In my opinion, it's a cheap company. Overall, just not a fan. Definite pass. She has done something in the past, I don't remember exactly what. Then we got the Candy Soft deck by Rana Mahmood. 22% funded, 28 days to go. This one is simply not going to happen, not with a 4,500 euro goal. I just don't see it happening. I do like the custom sort of court cards. They're modified, recolored, customized Arco court cards with a lot of candy and gum colors to them. Pink hair on the King of Spades, that's funny. Red hair, blue hair on some of the other ones. I don't mind that. There's two different decks in this one, by the way. I don't mind that. I don't mind, the aces and the faces. Not really my cup of tea, but I don't mind them. The back design, however, very simple, minimalist, one way, not exciting. Could be better. Like, why not use this swirly pattern? Like, imagine if this was the back design. Borderless with this swirly pattern, like a candy. That would probably make more sense. It would be better and would be more appreciated. Then there's another deck. Oh, I like the dirtiness on the faces. That's cool. There's another deck, this one right here, which is the limited edition, I guess. Candy Soft deck. It's got that dirtiness to the faces. And different colors as well. On each face, apparently. That's weird. Different aces, but similar. And in the back design, again, is just a horrible one-way back design. That looks like it was just Googled and put on the back design, really. Nothing too exciting overall. And that's pretty pricey too. 17 euros for one deck? Yikes. No thank you. And then we got this BIP39 crypto playing cards, which I don't understand at all. I don't know anything about this stuff. It's by Randy Janik. It is 1% funded. 16 days to go. I don't think it's going to happen. It has a specific purpose of hiding your secret word list in plain sight. It's also a functional deck of cards that can play many games. It goes up to a value of 15, not 13 like a standard deck, so it's got extra cards, 64 I think total. I do like that they've kept in your traditional queen, jack, and clubs in these indexes, but they've also added the numerical value, 12s and 13s and 11s. I also like that each suit is a different color. You got gold for the spades, red for the hearts, green for the clubs, and blue for the diamonds. It's pretty cool. And then the faces, it's a bunch of circuitry. There's a bunch of words and numbers, and I don't understand a damn thing. Apparently it's going to be done in time for Christmas with free shipping to any U.S. address. Wonderful. Except it's not going to be produced because it's not going to fund. Some kind of crypto thing, passwords, I don't know. It's just weird. I like it's very unique and original. I like the Ace of Spades. I also like that for the court cards they put Queen, King, Jack. But you can see there's also a 14, there's a 15. I like that. I like that they've added extra cards. The 15s are apparently jokers. I'm not sure what the 14s are. They're just nothings apparently. That doesn't say what they are. It's a very interesting idea. It's very confusing. But it's unique. I don't know who's producing it. As well. Does it say who's producing it? I don't think it does. I like it. I am a fan of like secret codes and messages and stuff like that, but this seems like it's really confusing and weird. Next up, we have one more. That being said, if somebody produced a deck of cards for magical purposes that had like a secret message or encoding or whatever, that when set up in a certain way or whatever it reveals something, that would be kind of interesting and unique. Next we got the last new one, the Mongol Empire playing cards by Roman Kotiv and printed by his More Arts Playing Card Company. It is funded, 22 days to go. There's 2 different decks, I believe, in this one. Interior and exterior foils, 1,000 of each. Embossing, custom seals, deluxe tucks, special paper stocks, metallic inks on the faces and backs of the cards. Completely custom. Wonderful. Very nice, shiny tuck cases. Beautifully done. Obviously, he's produced some prototypes. Pearlescent card stocks for the tuck cases, although in this picture, this clip, you don't really see much of the pearlescence, so kind of the same. Yet one deck which has it's the Ilk Hanate deck. It has black colors, black and white. It's fine. I do kind of prefer this one, the Golden Horde. It's nice golden and red colors. It just pops a lot more. I like it a lot better. But overall, pretty nice. Court cards, completely custom. My biggest pet peeve is just the quality of cards. Could be so much better compared to Cardamundi and USPC and Taiwan and WJPC and MPC. They really need to up their game, because there's a lot of collectors that don't get their decks based on the quality, and I'm really kind of on the fence. Now, that being said, I do prefer the aces on this deck as opposed to the color deck, just a little bit, but they're both nice. And the number cards, the Elkanet is slightly better than the Golden Horde, but they're both very nice. Nice chokers, nice plant designs. Again, I kind of prefer the one on the left, the Elkanate. I keep changing the word. Nice coins. Overall, pretty nice decks. I do like it. And definitely worth checking out. I think that is it for new stuff. As a recap, the other stuff that's on Kickstarter, Hyper Red by Romer Legrand. Not funded yet, 76%, 6 days to go. May or may not make it. Who knows? Solus and Noctis point cards by Ascension point cards, 9% funded, 14 days to go. It is not going to happen. Sears playing cards by the USPC, printed by USPC, but by the Sears playing cards. It's 43% funded, $26 to go. It's not going to happen. It's not the only Sears to fail recently, because the other Sears is, well, the Sears department store has failed as well. Don't Kill the Messenger playing cards by Domax playing cards is 100% funded right now, 17 days to go. It could be a little bit better in my opinion than that one. The Deplorable deck by Momus LLC, 55% funded, 66 hours to go. Not going to happen. Boring some miracle. Technique playing cards, signature edition by Christopher Severson, funded, 14 days to go. Bitcoin puzzle playing cards by IPO52 is very well funded, 11 hours to go. I finally came to my senses on that one. I was spending hundreds of dollars to get the white decks in that stupid case. And I finally went, you know what, this is stupid. I've reduced it to one black deck and one green deck. Because I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars just to get the white deck. The other decks I think are nicer than the white deck anyway. It's just really expensive. Way too expensive. I wish they just made the white deck available. Innovators of Punk playing cards by Sniffin' Punk is 5% funded, 10 days to go. It is not going to happen. Composition deck by Penguin Magic is funded, 14 days to go. Trumped Up playing cards, Make America Play Again, by Liz Zeiser. It's pretty something like that. 50% funded, 17 days to go. Don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. Pull-Up Playing Cards by Mike Wilson and Midnight Cards is funded, 54 hours to go. Make sure you check it out. Fibonacci Playing Cards by CG Kevin K is 22% funded, 34 days to go. Seems like it has a pretty low goal. I don't think it's going to happen though. The back design, the faces aren't bad, the back design was not great. Circus by Will Roya is well funded, 22 days to go. Definitely worth checking out. And you check out my review on the prototype on my channel as well if you haven't done so already. Nebula Playing Cards by Philip Afferton, 24% funded, 10 days to go. I don't think it's going to happen. It's just too weird, I guess. Bicycle Marble Playing Cards by Max Playing Cards and Collectible Playing Cards, the latest in the Texter series, is 61% funded, 20 days to go. It could make it. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. Bicycle Limited Edition Ball Legal Playing Cards by Collectible Playing Cards is funded, 5 days to go. Mirage Playing Cards, first edition by Zach Mirzadeh, is funded, 9 days to go. Magic M-Line Art Deck by Modest, it's 13% funded, 22 days to go, not going to happen. Sanctum Playing Cards by Jim Jackson, 57% funded, 10 days to go. I'm not feeling it's going to happen at this rate, but you never know. Lit Playing Cards by Docs Playing Cards is funded, 12 days to go. The Women Cards Girl Power Edition by Zach Walls is well funded, 13 days to go. The Violet Luna Moon and Esther Star Playing Cards by Kevin Yu is very well funded, with 23 hours to go. It's over $100,000 somehow. Don't ask me why or how, but it is. Yeah, it's very well funded though. Paisley Playing Cards by Diamond Playing Cards is funded, 22 hours to go. The Weed Deck by Ben Barrett Forrest, incidentally, it's actually put out by a Canadian because weed just became legal in Canada, so yay, if you're a pothead, you want to smoke weed, come to Canada, you can do it. Anyway, in Canada, it's legal here as of a couple of days ago, and it is funded, 12 days to go. It's a nice informative deck, I guess, for anyone who's looking for information on that subject. Silver Dragon Playing Cards by Craig Maidment is funded, 4 days to go. It's not my cup of tea. The Master Series Falcon Throwing Cards from Handlords, very well funded, over 1,000%, 10 days to go. Not my cup of tea. It was kind of missing indexes, I believe it was. And lastly, Rose Playing Cards by Nicholas L. 79% funded, 12 days to go. That may or may not happen at this rate. It's looking like it's going to happen. That is that for Kickstarter. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time with more. Stay tuned for some more What's on Deck with stuff outside Kickstarter.